distinguished past and present missionaries of Rajagiri School, administrators, scientists, scholars, and students, a very good morning. When we think about knowledge engineering, today is the day, and India is the land where this topic has to be debated, discussed, argued, and new theories, new practices, new processes should evolve. When you look back, as Dr. Anthony Carriel mentioned, once humans have evolved into a different sphere of influence, the quest to understand the knowledge exponentially increased. The life was no more a rapport for survival. When you look at the 17th and 18th century contributions to the knowledge, there's only a handful of people that you can pick who has contributed immensely. But when it comes to 19th, 20th, and 21st century, the talent that has presented in this planet was a lot. In fact, I still remember when I was driving to school, my first grader suddenly blurted out saying that, "Dad, I think Mars should have water." This is the time where we were debating whether Earth and Mars has the compositional nature which supports the life forms. I asked my son, how come? Because I wanted to hear from him his logic of the thought process. He said, "You ask us to share everything. When me and my sister share our toys, why don't you think that Earth and Mars, who are like brother and sister, will not share the fundamental things by which it is built up?" That was so profound. Even when I am talking right now, I am experiencing the goosebumps. Because that is so profound thought coming from a first grader. So how will we discard the first grader? When this same guy reached third grade, an accidental conversation happened. "Dad, I have the solution to end the world hunger." I was curious because I know the experts, innovators, enterprisers, business-oriented people, they're all looking for that. How will a third grader help in solving that problem? And he said, "It is so easy. All we have to do is replicate photosynthesis. So we are not consumers, we will become producers, and we will be able to feed everyone." In fact, that is so profoundly true. Because the underlying source of everything that we get is from the simple process of photosynthesis. And from that process, humans have thrived, expanded. And recently, I was watching a History Channel where an Australian journalist visited India to discover the science and engineering contribution that ancient India has provided to the world. He summarized, if you look down all of the achievements that mankind has been made to the world, you can come down to the fundamental knowledge that has been prescribed, that has been inscribed, that has been preserved in the ancient India. Whether it is subatomic particle fission or fusion, whether it is going to space, whether it is going down the oceans and looking at those trenches, whether it is unraveling the mysteries of human systems, they say we had it in the past. And we can also look at the basic evidences that we have received from our observations, from our archaeology studies, that a complex society existed at those times, who were the leaders in economic trade, who are leaders in science and technology, who are leaders in metallurgical innovations, who are definitely leaders in architecture. You can look and study all of the ancient buildings that we have. Scientists, engineers struggle to understand how such a long statue, tall statue, has installed at the top of these hills. With all the advanced technologies we have, we bend our knees and head to the innovation that has provided to this planet long before we ever thought of conceiving us as human lives. So, respected ladies and gentlemen, I would urge everybody to discover what we are seeing among us. Please do not get lost in the words, terminologies, in the way it is defined, all of this. Knowledge engineering simply means the information as perceived by you. Personally, any textbook that you study is outdated because the society is changing so rapidly. When I look at my 9th grader right now, he's going to go to the 10th grade, I ask myself, how will I teach this guy? Because I come from the world of bureaucrats. I come from the world where parents are orthodox. I come from a totally different world, and this guy traveling in Mercedes-Benz, enjoying the richest of the planet, thinking about all sorts of things with the fingertips plugged in the computers. How will I, with my mind, with the development that I have, will be able to teach this guy who is a 21st century product? This is the same question which any university teachers will also be asking, because they are products of a different generation. And the students who are sitting in front of you are products of a totally different generation. So in order to inculcate the knowledge in their minds, what do we need? What do we need? All we need is Google. Google is your best friend. There is no need for anybody to transmit what has been written in textbooks in a way by which people can understand. They can do themselves. I asked myself, when I took my bachelor's program in geology, I asked myself, why am I going to college? I didn't tell this to my parents, but I was asking myself. In order to prove it to myself, I went to the university library in Toronto. I opened up the geology textbooks. Everything that has been written, starting from encyclopedia to the prescribed university textbooks, studied all of the 3-year curriculum in 16, 17 months. And then I will go to the teachers and ask them, give me the quiz. Quiz me. Give me the test. Give me the examination. Let me practice for examination to getting a higher grade. Very soon the thought process changed. Why getting a higher grade? What is the purpose of it? Very soon I translated myself into scientific research. Long story short, those scientific research and experiences that I understood from the scientists of that time positioned me with an opportunity in the United States. And that opportunity presented me several others to follow. So students, Google is your teacher. Now the biggest question comes, what can you look forward from these teachers? These teachers have valuable experiences which adds value, which adds the golden feathers to your knowledge that you have. So teachers, when you transmit the knowledge, raise the vibration of these students. Let the students think at the highest level that you can imagine. When population exploded, technology also evolved. Population demanded, technology provided. So with the unique combination of that, how will we take the 200 to 500 kids who are sitting in front of us to raise their thought process, not just to become a mere citizen of the state, not just to earn their daily livelihood. as Dr. Anthony mentioned, we have crossed the bare minimum living that we need. Nobody here should think that I need to get a job. I need to earn a living out of it. That was the thought process of my generation. The new thought process is, what can I add value to this society? How can I help my surviving fellows to think out of the box? Because you are exposed to the technology. Democratization is happening. If you go back, when we were growing up, actually, in fact, when my parents were growing up, there was strong distinction between the geographic separation from Travancore, Middle Travancore, East Travancore, South Travancore. When my time came up, the geographic and the administration differentiation between these provinces merged into collective union of states. So India was the biggest thing for me. But guys, when you are growing up, India is no more the biggest thing. The globe is the biggest thing. The distinction between the national separation is merging. When I went to United States for the first time, it took me 1 month to communicate to my parents back home. I write a letter to them, and then I wait for the reply. It will take 1 month for that letter to reach them. And for them to write a reply, and that reply to be received in my hands, it is another month. So literally, not a month, couple of months for me to know what is happening in the past. Because anything they write has already happened in the past. It's not the present time. But today, using the technology, I can communicate with my mother instantaneously. So for the last 17, 18 years, technology has brought this world to a small peanut, which you will be able to traverse in milliseconds. So think about the advancements that you have within your hands today and make use of it. So a right combination of inculcating an open, broad, questioning mind. Why this? You should ask the question, why knowledge engineering? What is the value this is going to add to us? And those questions, the teachers should be able to guide you to discover it yourself. Do not expect answers from teachers. Expect directional approaches. If you, Father Anthony explained profoundly to us the growth of the Rajagiri school, and I was thinking, wow, 50 years back, 60 years back, the importance of education to a society, the importance of education transforming human lives has already inscribed in the minds of these visionaries. We are all sitting there, including myself, enjoying this podium today. It's because of all of those visionaries. If they only thought about their daily livelihood, if they only thought about their job, their family, their wealth, we will not be enjoying this beautiful facility, this beautiful campus here. So everything that you see today is a sacrifice of many people. The good news is, today you do not have to sacrifice. Today, everything is in your fingertips. Economics is not going to impact. In my parents' time frame, yes, if you do not have money, that's a problem. Today, I would say that you do not need money.